Ilpi, can you check if you're live? Because everything is right.
Should we start?
So very.
Rehan, your voice is not clear.
Yes,
Sir, I said I'm verifying.
we are live.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Let me start recording.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. We are live now, and we are starting our class. Basically, it's going to be a 5-week class. We are going to meet on every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and it is going to be an hour and a half long class. And we are going to discuss how we are going to basically monetize AI in different ways. We are going to discuss in depth different aspects. Let me but first start by introducing our team, Panaversity and Agent Factory team. Junaid, why don't you first introduce yourself?
Sure, sir. Hello, everyone. This is Junaid, CTO at Panaversity, where our core focus is on AI for education. I have been into this since 2022 when I first joined PIIC, where I met Sergio. Since then, it's been a great ride. I have worked on different international AI projects. Later on, I also got a chance to teach at Stanford in coding class in 2024. And after that, we co-founded Panaversity. So recently, we started working on an open book called The AI Agent Factory. And since then, this book has grown from an open book to a complete ecosystem that we'll be covering in this course.
Thank you, Junaid. Vania, please introduce yourself.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Vania Kasmi, and I have done my bachelor's in software engineer back in 2021. I've been with Sarzia from 2021, and from all this journey, I have learned a lot. Right now, I am serving as a faculty in Panaversity and also a contributor of this book. We will also learn a lot together. So wait for our, new course and journey.
Junaid, please, could you check that so people cannot draw on the screen?
Yep, I'm just looking into it.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, before I introduce Rehan, our CEO of Panaversity, let me introduce myself. I have been in this field for the last 40 years. And even I get surprised when I imagine that so many years have passed. Basically, I'm a graduate of Arizona State University. I've done a triple master's from there. ASU, it is called. People also know the team as Sun Devils. And basically, I did a MBA from there, a Master of Accountancy in MIS, and Master of Engineering from there. I'm also a CPA, which is Certified Public Accountant from USA, and a Certified Management Accounting also from USA. And I came back to Pakistan in 1999, and basically we have been teaching students at a mass level. Right now we are focusing on only AI. And because the reason is that I believe that it is going to completely transform the global economy, and it is one of the largest and most influential innovation in human history. It is going to transform everything. So before we move forward, let me introduce you to our CEO, Rehan, and he is also going to give you a direction about how this course fits in with Panaversity overall strategy. This course is the first course
Thank you, sir.
in the series, and Rehan will tell you in detail about all this.
Thank you very much, sir. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session. My name is Rehan, and I'm really excited to be here with all of you today. And basically, I'm electrical engineer and have over 18 years of experience in industry. I joined Sexia in artificial intelligence back in 2022. Since then, we are working on different products, and we also developed Panaversity. We started Agentic AI education all over Pakistan, and many international students also joined Panaversity. I've been walking through you where we are right now, what Panaversity has to offer, and your future roadmap. By being here today, you're taking the first step. Today's class 1 of this course, FDE-100, and this is where we build our FDE foundation. Let me share my screen and show you where to find everything.
Jan, you want me to stop sharing the screen so that you can share?
So please stop sharing. Yeah, I want to share.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. My screen is visible. Please confirm.
Yes, I can see your Google search window.
Okay. So we'll go to panaversity.org. Right over here, I will go to courses. Okay, this is our page where we offer our different courses. Right now, this course is FDE 100. Okay, there is one very important thing. Many of you might have joined Panaversity for the first time. I have to tell you, if you have a strong foundation, then that's okay. But if you haven't taken our fundamental course, that is AI 101, or you are not from our courses like 300, 400, and you don't have any experience working with general agents like Claude, I would strongly recommend you to take this AI 101 course. It is a fundamental course in agentic AI. Currently, registration is open and the classes are expected to start in the last week of August. So if you think you have to build a strong foundation in agentic AI and you have to get some experience working with channel agents, this one is the right course to start. Okay. Track your learning path. I would suggest you to always look for these codes. Like you can see FDE 100. 100 is the course code. Many students and participants of this course are from our AI 101 course or some other course. They have taken some other courses like 300. They already have strong foundation in agentic AI and working experience with general agents like Claude. Their next step, next journey is FDE 102. Now you can see this is 100. If you're watching this recording in future, always check these course codes. Any course with prefix FDE and a number greater than 100 in future would be your next progression, your logical progression to next level. Okay, so that was about courses, and I also want to share some essential features which would be helpful for this course. You need to bookmark this page, courses, so that in future you can find it easily. When you sign in, log in at Panaversity, you will get this avatar. Click here, go to dashboard. Is that dashboard? In dashboard, if you are enrolled in FDE 100, you will see the course card here. There are many options on this course card. I will walk you through each one. Here is the lectures button. When you click this lectures button, you will get all the recordings of this course here. Today is our first class, so you can't see any recording here. Let's go back to dashboard. The next is join class. When you click join class, you are already in this class, but next week when you want to join the class, you have two options. One is Zoom. We were not expecting so many registrations, so Zoom got quickly filled up. We also added a YouTube channel link here. If Zoom is full, you can click on this watch on YouTube button. This will take you to Panaversity channel and we'll be live streaming all the classes on this channel. Okay, next one is the welcome button. This is just a card made for you. You can download it and you can share on your social media. Then these two are very important. First one is the WhatsApp. When you click this WhatsApp button, you will be taken to WhatsApp channel. All the announcements of Panaversity are posted on this channel. The next one is the discussion. We believe that you might need to discuss important things with your peers. So we created a community, WhatsApp community. Join this community. This community is specifically for FDE 100, this course. Join this community and you will find groups over there. You can join those groups and start collaborating with your peers. Sir, that is all. Over to you. I'm stopping my screen. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, Rehan.
Should I continue?
Yes,
sir. I'm stopping my screen.
Should I continue, Junaid?
yes, sir, please.
Achha. I'm going to share my screen. And can everyone see the picture?
Yes,
Development gap. Junaid, everyone can see this?
yes, sir, it's visible to everyone.
Okay. Now, before we start, let me clarify. Why are we taking this class in English? That's the first question you must be asking. Number of reasons. The first one is that AI is going to be an international market. Unless English is a language of business, international business, unless we are proficient in this language, we will not be able to successfully do business internationally. More or less, AI is also, English is also a language of AI. It is language of business. And the third reason is that I want you to be able to comprehend English and be totally comfortable in it, our teachers as well as our students. That is the main reason. Because if we want to do international business, we have to be proficient in English language. And India has done a lot of good things with IT. And one of the main reasons was, of course, their IT skills. But the other main reason was their English skills. These two have to combine if we want to go to the international level. And most of all, the main reason is that Panaversity and the agent factory is planning to go international soon. So therefore, we are slowly moving towards English language. And I request all of you to do the same. Talk to your friends in English, give presentations in English, so that you can talk to your customers, inshallah. It does not mean learning any language does not mean that it reduces your culture. It enhances it. It opens up your mind. I only know 2 languages, which is Urdu and English, but I wish I knew a lot more languages. Now let's start with the class. First thing, we have to understand two very strange things are happening in the last year or two as AI has grown. The first one is that developers are finding it extremely difficult to find jobs. May it be freelancing jobs or regular jobs. As you can see, the developers can't find jobs. Why? Claude Code does most of the coding. So what will the developer do? Of course, we will discuss as we move forward, we'll discuss they can do a lot. But the nature of job has changed. And before I move forward, Junaid, this changing of nature of jobs, would you shed a little light on it?
Yeah, sure. So if you look at what the developers were doing like in 2021 or 2022, they were the core of every company, core of every deployment team, development team, and they were writing code by hand. Then what happened? Slowly we saw ChatGPT. Then we saw ChatGPT getting into the mainstream, and from there, things started changing gradually. And sooner or later, we saw AI native development, then AI driven development. And if we talk about how developers are working today, then developers have got a general agent or a coding agent on their machine, like Claude Code, like Codex, like OpenCode, and so on. And they have got capable AI models, or as we know them, large language models, LLMs, that are really good at coding. So the work that the developers have been doing for decades, writing the code, verifying the logic, and then just getting it live, that part have already transitioned. All of that work, the 80% of the hard work can now be easily executed by Claude Code or any similar general agent. So the job have already transitioned. As of now, the developers are using Claude Code to do that work. And now this also raises another question. If I'm a developer and I have spent most of my time on writing the code, what I'm going to do now? What is the value that I will be now bringing to the organization when all of the things that I was doing before can now be done with Claude Code? And this is one of the reasons that developers are now unable to find the job, because the role that we know for developers that have already started to change, and it is now transitioning into something new, and that something new is even more exciting that we'll be looking at. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Now, the second strange thing is, the first thing is developers cannot find jobs. It is even stranger that most of the companies who are starting AI projects, they are not able to 95%, according to a recent MIT study, 95% of them are unable to execute successfully. What we are going to do is ask our resident expert, Vania. Vania, what is going on? Why are companies not able to complete their projects successfully, AI projects?
Yes, that is a very major issue we are facing right now. lots of companies and many startups are providing AI solutions. Nothing wrong with the models, nothing wrong with the softwares, everything working fine. But they're unable to produce finance. They're unable to, generate money with it. What can be the core problem of that? If your software is particularly running fine, your models are delivering a right approach and right answers, then what could be the possible problem here? We will discuss this whole thing in detail. There is a particular gap, role gap, which we can say that deployment gap. We will try to cover that. And the models and the softwares that are unable to produce result, we will see that how we can change it and how we can change that particular deployment gap, and the things will work fine with us.
Yes. To sum up, there is a development gap, as you can see. There's light, AI light coming out of the gate, but the two pillars are stopping us from going forward, which is the developers can't find jobs and the companies are not able to build AI projects successfully. Now, how to overcome this and how to monetize it is the big question. How to monetize AI? We are going to discuss in the next 5 weeks in detail. Let's start. Now imagine, let me tell you a story. It was 2005 or between 2005 and 10. There is a company called Palantir. It is they do large contracts, software contracts. They provide services. They had developed a product at that time. There's no reason for us to go into details, which was highly technical. And they were selling these highly technical products. Let's assume an Oracle-like product. Oracle is also selling databases to non-technical people. But in most of the companies, you have database experts already there. So therefore, you just have to, if Oracle sells a product to a company, they just have to sell the product, and most of the company employees can basically have already learned databases in their university classes. But the Palantir's product was not easily understood by the users, especially the non-technical users. So therefore, they invented a new job title called Forward Deployed Engineer, FDE. Now, this is in 2010, 2005. At that time, there was no mass deployment of AI. And they basically, to sell their product. Now, in order to understand the role of the FDE, Forward Deployed Engineer, because right now, most of the AI companies had adopted this model after 15, 20 years. We are going to discuss it. Why did they adopt it so late? But let's first understand the model. What Palantir was doing is they had a platform. What is a platform? Junaid, can you explain what a platform is?
Yeah. So when we're talking about Palantir and when they were offering their services to different companies to develop something, now they have already developed a base platform, and that base platform has all the atomic components to build anything on top of them. So what would normally happen is when a company wants something and they would have a contract with Palantir to get a forward deployed engineer, that engineer will get deployed into the client's company and will be building the product or whatever the requirements are on top of Palantir's own platform.
Yes. So what I was saying is a platform is a software on which you build other software. Oracle is a platform. And for example, if you say Gmail is not a platform, you cannot build a software product on top of Gmail, but you can develop a product on top of Oracle. So therefore, Oracle is a platform. When the FD goes into another company, it must have a platform on which he will develop or she will develop software for that particular company. They will use, for example, if Oracle deploys a FDE, forward deployed engineer, inside, let's say, PIA or American Airlines or Emirates, what they will do is take their platform with them. Think of it, they are taking a suitcase with them. So FDE takes his own platform into the company and then working with the employees of that company who understand their business, develops a product for them using his own platform. So therefore, if you want to be a FDE, which is the hottest job right now in the world, you, and especially in AI, you have to have a platform which you take inside the company so that you can build software quickly. Now, the second question arises. So therefore, there are some salient features of FDE concept, forward deployed engineer concept. The first thing is the platform has to be there, and he or she will take it inside the company where he is going to be deployed. Second thing is he will bring his expertise and work with the employees of the company where he is being deployed. Let's say he is deployed in Emirates. So he will work with the employees of Emirates and work with them. Or you can say General Motors. General Motors people are basically a car, Toyota. Toyota is a car manufacturing company. So they understand their business much better than anybody else. So therefore, Oracle will take their Oracle database and their, let's say, financial databases and all the rest of the stuff and start working with whom? With the employees of Toyota and develop products quickly. The whole idea is developing products quickly. Now, the other question arises. It's a very difficult question. Why after 15, 20 years, in the last 3 months, we are recording this course on 12th August 2026. FDE has been around since 2005-6. Why after 20 years? Amazon has adopted FDEs and created a new company for it. Microsoft has done it. OpenAI has done it. Anthropic has done it. And Indian experts are saying that if Indian IT companies have to survive, they have to move to the forward deployed engineer model. They have to. Otherwise, they will be finished. This is Indian experts are saying. All this is documented in our Agent Factory book with references. So therefore, now the question is, why after 20 years, all these AI companies are adopting it? The reason is very simple. There is the same issue. Let's take an example of Anthropic. Anthropic has a platform which you can say Cloud Code with different skills for different verticals. Now, if Anthropic wants to do work with Toyota people are not very good in AI. Let's assume. I don't know about this. I'm just giving you an example. Toyota people are not very good in AI. But they are very good in manufacturing cars and their business. They understand their business much better than anybody else. So therefore, Anthropic will send a forward deployed engineer with a suitcase full of Anthropic platform, and will basically, what they will do is, will basically work with the Toyota employees to develop AI projects, so that right now 95% of the companies are failing in developing AI projects, so that Toyota does not fail. Now, what does Anthropic get out of it? Anthropic gets a lock-in from Toyota. If Toyota uses forward deployed engineer of Anthropic, they are stuck for life. They'll have to pay Anthropic throughout their life, because their AI products will be built on Anthropic products, Anthropic platforms. So the whole idea is, who Anthropic benefits by getting a lock-in. Even if they charge less for the FDE, sometimes they give huge discounts, but they get the customer to lock into Anthropic products for life, or for a very long time. What does Toyota get? Toyota is unable to deploy AI, sophisticated AI in their company. Therefore, they get a very talented and trained Anthropic employee working with them, and at the same time, they are using the platform of Anthropic, which of course creates a lock-in. Vanya, could you summarize this?
Sure, sir. If we talk about initially why what the FDE is, how we move to the forward deployed engineer, what the problems, what are the gaps, we will look into all of this one by one. First of all, initially, if I ask you a question, have you ever heard about that? If you learn a coding skill, your career will be set up. Have you heard this 20 years ago or anywhere in your career before AI? You can react or you can tell me in the chat, yes or no. Okay, most of the people have heard about it. They are reacting. So uh, I can say that it is not true after the AI, because most of the things, as sir explained, as we have discussed, that it is changed right now. Now, the reason is that after 2022, you have get many intelligent AI system, many intelligent, models that can write a code with a very cheap amount, right? And it can write millions of lines of code, but there is a catch. You have to verify it. Now there is a rivalry between the entry points or the junior roles between them and the AI. We have to focus on that, and we will cover that, and by learning that what role we should target, as Arzia focus on forward deployed engineer, but is that and why we are more focusing on it after the AI era. First, discuss what is forward deployed engineer. It is the very important. And as soon as we progress this book, we will cover this step by step and learn how we can become a forward deployed engineer, and what could be the paths to become a forward deployed engineer. First of all, if we look at the term forward deployed, this is basically a military language term, which means that their army is working outside or in the field rather than on the base. So our engineers will also be working in other companies or deployed or embed their team into the other company rather than sitting their home working remotely or in their own company. So the whole idea about the terminology forward deployed engineer is that they will be embedded or in some other company, and from zero to end they will be working in that particular company. Then the question arises, as sir discussed, did it exist before the AI? So we have learned that Palantir was popularized by 2000 or around about 2000 to 2005. It was, outsourcing this title. they were deploying, when they have a very complex software system, they were deploying their engineers into the banking, into the hospitals and government sectors and so on with the users, so that they build from the scratch to the end in that particular company, bank, hospital, government, whatsoever, in that particular agency. So the idea came is in the mid 20s, but right now we have changed it to the forward deployed engineer. Before that, we used many other titles like solution engineer, field engineer, sales engineers, and so on. Now, the most important part is what changed in after the AI era. What the previous old AI software engineers that are the field engineers, how they are working before that, and now how the FDE employees will work in the current AI era. Before, if we are look into that, they connect the complicated softwares to the customer system, as we discussed. But right now, what is the use of FDEs? That is a very important question. If we look into that, AI right now is very unpredictable. Suppose that if you ask a question one time, and it will give you a particular answer for suppose ABC. If you ask the same question another time, it will give you another answer. If you ask same question third time, it will generate another answer. Not the first time it was different, second time it was different, and so on the third time. So it is unpredictable, you cannot fully control it. So how we can manage it, how we can prompt it, how we can apply rules, safety rules, guardrails, everything that will be done by the forward deployed engineer. This is one of the roles. And before that, the old FDEs only work upon the features they set up, the already existed one. But now we will build everything from the scratch for that particular company, and we will deploy, test, design everything according to their rules, according to their data. This is the major difference between the old FDE and the FDE that is after the AI era. We can say that. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Marvelous job of explaining. So just now I'm going to sum up again. What are the main requirements where FDEs are useful? Number one, it is very important. Please, Junaid, anybody who draws on the screen, please kick him out of the class.
Yep, sure, sir.
Because disturbing people is not acceptable. What are the main requirements? Why, in which cases FDE will be useful? Number one, the product has to be technical and the user has to be non-technical. Unless we have this combination. For example, let's assume there is a technical product with a technical customer who knows AI. So therefore, there's no requirement for FDE. We'll just give him the product and he will use it himself. Number one. Number two, the deployed engineer will take with him a platform on which he will build. If there's no platform, there's no use of FDE, because then he will be developing everything from scratch. And why would you require a FDE, a highly expensive developer, to come in and maybe work for 3 years? That doesn't work. He will bring in a platform to make your life easier and faster, so that the projects can be built faster. So these two things are critical. And the FDE can be remote It can be working from Pakistan in an American company, or it can be local, that they hire FD in Silicon Valley. OpenAI hires somebody in Silicon Valley and also deployed in and send him to, let's say, Intel. Both of them are in Silicon Valley. So there can be local also. So FD location is location independent, but platform has to be there, and the balance between knowledgeable deployers and less technical people has to be there. Now let's move forward. Now, how do we become FDEs? That's the main issue. You guys don't have a platform. Without a platform, let's say, without a platform, any of you go to another company and tell them to start using AI. Would they prefer Claude Code, Anthropic people, FDE, or your company's people, or you? What is the common sense? What does common sense tell you? Of course, if you are going to use Claude Code and deployed by your company, they will prefer to bring somebody from Anthropic. Why would they bring somebody from your company or hire you? That is the problem. Junaid, please explain the problem. Okay, why would any company hire you as a FDE?
Yep. Okay, so let's first establish the baseline. We're thinking that all of us here, maybe most of us want to get deployed as an FD or participate in this job market that is right now the hottest job role. Now, one thing that we have just clarified, when we are talking about FD, an FD can be on-site, an FD can be remote, or it can be a hybrid form. So an FD will be present on site for some duration, and then they will come back and complete the work from remote. Now there are two main problems here that is stopping us from becoming an FD or forward deployed engineer. The first problem that is that when we are talking about when a company is thinking about hiring or getting an FD to implement something, then if they are going to look toward, okay, what are options to get some engineer? And if they are evaluating you versus an engineer or a forward deployed engineer from Cloud Code, they are going to prefer that engineer if both of you are going to complete the implementation on top of Cloud platform. Now, this is the first thing. When we are talking about AI vendors like Claude or OpenAI or any of them, if they are offering their own FD roles or if they are offering their own FD services to different companies, the companies are going to prefer them over you. Now, then the next thing is what can you do or what can you offer to overcome this limitation? And here comes the Panaversity's own ecosystem. So on one hand, it's not that you don't have an ecosystem or you don't have a platform to build on top of that. We will be looking into it just a little while from now. So the first thing, there is a vendor problem and you need a platform to build on top of. If you're going to use Claude or OpenAI or any of their platforms, then their engineers are more better and more lucrative option for the companies to pick from rather than you. Then the second thing is the expertise. And can you, when you're going to work as an FD and you're going to participate within the company roles from problem identification, like what is the problem that the AI is going to solve here, from that part to thinking about the technical implementation, and then working along with all the knowledge workers that are currently doing that role to completely implement the solution and prove the value. Now, this is a full stack work that starts from defining the problem to completely implementing the solution. And this needs the mindset that is something more than just how developers are working today. So this is the second part where you have to become comfortable with working with knowledge workers, with understanding their problems, and then taking the lead to identify them, to build the solution, to, after building the solution, to deploy that solution. And even after deployment, you have to ensure that the value that was proved or that was offered that the AI agents or AI implementation can generate, it is all now working. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Such a marvelous job. Vania and Junaid are one of the most talented people I have seen in Pakistan. They have done a marvelous job. You can just check the book and see what kind of work they have done. Now, I asked a question, why would they hire you? I'm going to name the 3 biggest companies, consulting companies in the world. Accenture. I came to know about it. It is a huge company from my friend Adil, who used to work there. So Accenture, the second is Price Waterhouse, which is an accounting company. And then there is Infosys, which is an Indian outsourcing company. All 3 of them have one thing in common, if I remember correctly. All 3 of them have signed huge contracts with Cloud Code, with Anthropic for Cloud Code. Now they are going to, because they are a consulting company, all these 3, one is accounting company, but they are also basically consulting company. Why would any company, if they had to choose between Anthropic FDE or Price Waterhouse FDE, why would they choose Price Waterhouse FDE or Accenture FDE or Infosys FDE? Why? There can be only one reason. Otherwise, Anthropic will always win, or OpenAI with their platform will always win. They are right now building their own vertical platforms on top of Cloud Code. So therefore, what will Price Waterhouse say? Price Waterhouse will say, I have developed a vertical accounting application on top of Cloud Code. If you have a accounting requirement for accounting FDE in their accounting department, our FDE will not only know Cloud Code, but also will have a vertical platform on top of Cloud Code. This is the only way. Otherwise, Price Waterhouse, Infosys, Accenture are finished. So therefore, all of them are building vertical platforms on top of Cloud Code and on top of AI, basic large language models. Of course, the system is like this. At the bottom, there's large language models, maybe Anthropic, maybe Gemini, maybe OpenAI. Right now, I'm favoring only 2, OpenAI and Anthropic, but others are also good. Chinese model K3 is also very good. Then comes the harness, which is also developed by them. For example, K3 has a very good model, but their harness is pathetic. Cloud Code is a harness. Codex is a harness. K3 has a harness, but it's very pathetic. Vania, could you explain to us what is a harness?
Yes, sir. If we talk about the AI agents, we have seen that they are built around some code. For suppose we are using an OpenAI agent SDK or Claude agent SDK, they have particular models. For models, we have multiple options. For suppose that we can control their temperature from 0 to 1. We can control their other options, their behavior. For suppose, just like I have said that if we deployed our solution, AI solution, to a particular company, uh, it is not just we have to deploy a model. We have to work around it, its behavior, its guardrail, its system. We have to see through all those things. So harness lies in all these things, that how the agent will behave, how we will guardrails, how we will make sure that it will answer from our particular domain. So all these things basically lie in our harness category.
Junaid, please review.
Yes. Yeah. So to sum up, we can say first we have got model, that is the brain of the agent. Now everything around the model that makes it useful, we can call that harness. So in case of Claude Code, we can call that Sonnet 5 or Opus 5 or Fable 5, that is the brain or the LLM that is powering everything. Then everything around that model that is actually making Claude Code useful. Its guardrails, its tool calling, how it manages the memory, how it thinks and implements the solution, how it is even running the loops. That all goes into harness. Yes, sir.
Now, we have talked about the brains, which is LLM, large language model. We have talked about the harness, for example, Claude Code or Claude.ai, which is a web application. It is also a harness. Or ChatGPT.com is also a harness. Codex is also a harness, which goes around the LLM. Now, both these things are being supplied by the AI labs like Claude, like Anthropic, and like OpenAI. What is going to happen is, what is Price Waterhouse doing? Price Waterhouse is creating an application or AI agent or AI worker or FTE, full-time equivalent, which is using the harness, using the general agent. Claude Code is a general agent. Using that to develop custom solutions from the user. So therefore, for example, Price Waterhouse, which is an accounting company, will create an accounting application or an agent which will be used by their customers. And 80% of that is already developed by Price Waterhouse before going into that company. Their full-time, forward deployed engineers will take that AI agent, which is runs on top of Claude Code or maybe some other harness, maybe OpenAI Agents SDK, and basically take it with them to the customer, which is doing accounting work. And then 20%, the forward deployed engineer will improve that agent given the requirements of the customer. As an example, for example, if Toyota accounting departments ask Price Waterhouse to send a FDE in the tax department, Price Waterhouse has already developed by agent on top of Claude Code, using Claude Code or other general agents. And then they will take that suitcase with them to the company Toyota and into their tax department. They will have their own requirements, which is 20%. They will do it in 4 or 5 days for the customer. What is the benefit of the customer? It was done in 4 or 5 days. Their people learned from the Price Waterhouse team. And what is the benefit of Price Waterhouse? They have locked in a customer. Their accounting agent is being, taxation agent is being used by Toyota, maybe for the next 10 years. And they can charge subscription for it. If there was no forward deployed engineer, how will their agent, Toyota will not be able to deploy their agent. But things are changing fast. Anthropic is also developing skills. OpenAI has also hired healthcare professionals, financial people. They are even hiring psychologists so that these niche companies, now this is going to be a war between Accenture, between Price Waterhouse, between Infosys, All of them will be pitching that we are going higher and higher in the stack. Our agents will do 90% of the work. I have to only customize 10%. The customer also likes it because the product is customized for them. Previously, without AI, customizing solutions for each and every customer was an impossible task. With using Cloud Code and AI, you can customize the software for a customer and take their best ideas, which you have deployed to a customer, and merge it into your main branch, into your main product. So therefore, your main product also continuously improves. So therefore, you have seen that forward deployed engineer is the way to go forward. But you have to have a platform. You have to have a customer who's not more sophisticated and more technical than you. In that case, there's no requirement for FDE. The whole idea is you are more technically oriented and you are taking your platform with you to that company so that you can do what normally require months in weeks. And of course, the customer also likes it. The only downside for the customer is that there is going to be a lock-in for Anthropic, and they will have to pay Anthropic for all in the next few years they will be using. Now this question is, companies like Accenture, companies like Infosys, companies like Pricewaterhouse will be creating their own layer on top of AI labs harnesses. How will you get a job? The only way you get a job is that you start working for Anthropic or start working for Pricewaterhouse. What will happen to the freelancers? They can't bring anything to the table. Therefore, we are developing a complete ecosystem. What? We are developing a complete ecosystem for you. Now, come to the book. And we will start. And in the book, Hypothesis is also, Hypothesis is a software which does annotation, is installed. Take this link. And you can see that I have already marked how much time we have left. I think we have 30 minutes.
Yes.
Let's start with you, Junaid.
Sure, sir.
What is our ecosystem? Now, everybody, let me again. We are developing this ecosystem so that you are able to compete. First of all, you are not able to compete with Anthropic and OpenAI, FDEs. FDE is the hottest job in the market. All the companies are hiring FDEs, but you don't have any platform to bring to the table. We are going to give you that platform. And you are also going to, the best of you are also going to, we are going to provide you the platform to develop your own harnesses on top of it. So, Junaid, you have been working extensively in developing this platform, this ecosystem. You can call them both. This ecosystem or platform, what is it, and how will this help our developers and our students to get jobs in the international market and sell themselves?
Yeah, so now let's get into the most exciting part. The AI Agent Factory, it started as an open book, and now it have transitioned into a complete ecosystem, or we can also call it a complete platform. And it is a proof of concept that everything that we are discussing right now that can be deployed and that is workable. Before we get into the ecosystem, let's just define a term and we'll get back to it a little while later. We have talked about forward deployed engineer. Then we have talked about vendor logged in forward deployed engineer. Now I'm just sharing a term with you guys. Just take the note, remember it for a while, and we'll get back to the term. Vendor neutral vertical forward deployed engineer. Just remember this term for a while. Vendor neutral forward deployed engineer. Now getting back to the ecosystem or the platform. What started as a book now that has transitioned into a complete ecosystem. And in this ecosystem, the first thing, or at the bottom of this ecosystem, we have got agent factory system of record. Now, this agent factory system of record, what is this? This is the source of truth to build AI workers, to develop AI agents, to identify where the company needs implementation for anything related to AI. What sort of implementation can it be? And so on. So the first thing that we have developed is the system of record or the source of truth for building AI agents or implementing applied AI projects in any company or for any use case. Now this system of record, it have got two different users. The first one are the humans. Right now we are on this book and we're learning from it. Even right now we can look at the annotations. And the second one are AI agents like Claude Code or Claude.ai or any such harness that can connect with the with what that can connect with our system of record and interact with AI agent factory and use its base layer. Now on top of this layer 0, we are building two different products that are the core and that will be helping everyone to learn as well as build. Now the first product is Tutor AI. What is that? Now we have got the system of record or the source of truth. Now, on top of the source of truth, if I want to become a forward deployed engineer, I have to get the mindset, I have to understand the concepts, and I have to develop a lot of projects and I have to learn some new skills. For all of that things, the old way was to just get into a class and learn from a teacher in a room of 500 and then spend most of my time trying to figure out what it is. Now, when we are talking about ZI Tutor AI, that is the personal one-on-one teacher built on top of Sir Zia's pedagogy, their voice, their learning style, how and it have got all the context about the book that we are looking at right now. So it is teaching from that book and it is your personal AI teacher to learn everything. On the other side, now when you are walking into a client's company and you have to implement some use case, then you will also be building a lot of things. And for that part comes the builder. Like you need someone that can help you with thinking about, okay, what I'm going to develop, how will I build that part, how shall it be implemented, what is the agent factory operated way and blueprint to make that possible. For all of that, we have got ZI Developer AI. Now, these are the three core products of this platform. The first one is the base kernel. On top of that, you're getting two things. First, to learn anything, and the second, to build anything. And now, on top of these three products, you're also going to get you are also going to get something really different. Now, on one hand, we are looking at the source of truth. On the other side, you will be getting framework and atomic components to implement anything like you're looking at Agent Factory right now. So if you want to build a source of truth, that we'll be discussing a little bit later, you will getting atomic components for that as well. So this is the little introduction about the ecosystem that we're working on and building. Yes, sir.
I assume that you guys were not able to understand, because what we are going to do is take you from step by step, from the very bottom. Let's say we are in 2022. There is no AI. Of course, there was AI, but not in the form, not the generative AI. Let's say we are in 2021. How was knowledge represented and communicated? It was a textbook. It was a textbook. For example, if you wanted to learn Oracle, there was a Oracle textbook. Now, Oracle textbooks served three people. Number one, the student learned from it. Number two, the teacher taught from it. Number three, the developer kept it on the desk and built from it. Student used to become a developer and he used to take the same book and keep it with him. Now, the textbook, we are not talking about AI. How did you learn all the different things we have learned over the years? Using textbooks, of course. So therefore, there were three kind of users for the textbook. Number one, the teachers in classes taught from the textbook. Then the students in the classes use textbook, of course, listen to the teacher, but also use textbooks to learn from it. Number three, once they become developers, they continue to use the textbook to something which they have forgotten or to revise and to learn and build things. This is all before AI. Now, what did they build with? Using this, what did they build? Junaid bhai, at least try to find out who is this guy.
Sure,
And
sir.
see it and remove him from the class. This is very bad behavior from students. We are trying to learn and trying to improve, and some negative people try to disturb the class, which is a very bad attitude. You're not going to go far in this world with this attitude. Now, they were textbooks. What did they build? With these textbooks, they built something like SAP. Now look at this paragraph. You have the URL here. When you are done with the class, you are going to read the textbook, ecosystem concept. And where it is? The ecosystem, the first part. So therefore, 22 and before, what did we do? We learned from textbooks and let's say we built a general ledger, which is accounting data, or we developed a ERP. All these things were called system of record. Basically, they are recording a system which records. And this was before AI. This word was used, system of record. For now on, we are going to call it the traditional system of record, which only contained data. Because the knowledge was contained in the textbook. And of course, computers were not able to understand textbooks. So therefore, all this, the data what was the main thing why we called it system of record, the traditional system of record? Because it was storing data which was authentic and was a source of truth. If you go into a company, their ERP system or accounting system or any other kind of system was a system of record because it was a source of truth, which basically you used. For example, there was a taxation system, different taxation system, and it was missing the data. It was not sure about data. So therefore, it will reference to the source of truth, will be the general ledger for that company, the accounting system. They will get the data from there, and they know this data will be accurate and truthful, and they can use it in different applications. So this was the way knowledge was spread. Now I'm going to ask a very different question. Let's first revise this thing. Textbook, human learns, human becomes a developer, the developer builds systems of record for businesses. This was the workflow previously. Now, let's see. 2022 happened. All the textbooks in the world about Oracle, more or less, AI has already learned them in LLM. All the Oracle textbooks are already there. Now the question is, why? And it was called not a system of record. It is called basically pre-training. Now, why would we need another textbook to teach Oracle or to teach AI? Because all the knowledge is already there. That's the question. Which of our two learned teachers will like to answer this? Junaid or Vania?
Sir, I'm
Go ahead, please.
okay. The question is, as we know that our model is already trained with a number of data available on the internet by that time period. So the question arises that what is the need of that particular book? For suppose that why we created this agent factory book, why we did not went to the approach that simply we have a cloud code and it start teaching to you. Let's suppose a topic AI prompting in 2026. For suppose I give you an example. I ask you that I will conduct an exam tomorrow or suppose that week later, and the topic is AI prompting in 2026, and no material is available, no slides, nothing, no book is available. You just have to prepare on your own. Now the things are very vast. You might think that I don't know, I have to study it at the shallow level or at the depth level, or which topic should I cover, which topic should I skip. Many of these questions might arise. So at that situation, if I have 100 of students, their understanding of AI prompting in 2026 will be different, because they will go to the Claude.ai and they might have asked them about their exam preparation, and they give them a topic. For suppose if we have a open AI study mode, they will give them a topic and start studying. Now what will happen, the open AI study mode will start teaching them in different directions. For suppose for student one, it might go to at depth level. For a student two, it teaches at some other direction. It both will be correct, but the direction might be different. So at this point, what if I said that I have a one particular PDF, you just have to upload it and start studying from that PDF, and study mode will teach you one by one from that particular material. Which approach do you think that is more reliable for the exam preparation? You can tell me in chat. Approach one, where there is no exam schedule, exam material available, and the approach two, where I have given you a particular resource in a PDF form, and you will. Most of people are saying that approach two is more reliable. Why? Because you know at which topic you have to cover, and you will start from that particular topic and cover everything one by one, right? Same like we need a reference. We have everything available right now on the internet, but we still need a reference. Firstly, we don't know that the model is hallucinating, or it is providing an authentic material, or providing an authentic statistics. Number one reason. Number two reason, that I don't we are also not sure that model is preparing you at what depth level. right? So to overcome that, we connect a model with our resource, that is a system of record. You can say that our PDF book, and model will automatically cover one by one. Now the upper layer, the teaching layer, should have to be there. For suppose in this case, we have said that it is a OpenAI study mode, but to answer this question is that we need a material, we need a resource that will connect with our second model, that is a teaching model in our case. Yes, sir.
Yes. So just to sum up, we have 9 minutes left in the class. We are also going to take questions, but I'm going just to summarize this topic. The question is, first, in order to understand the answer, the most important thing is for any student to understand what is the question. The question is, what is a system of record? This book is a system of record. It used to be that previously system of record was used for data, like accounting data, financial data, like sales data, and so much, like supply chain data, so on. Now we are using the word as a content state system of record. So why do we need a content system of record? We use a content system of record because it can serve two people. One is the humans who can read it, and other is AI. But in case of AI, you might ask, why would AI need a content system of record or a book or a textbook or whatever you want to call it? Because it will need it because of 4 points. Number one, the answer changes every time. When, for example, you go to ChatGPT and open the study mode and then tell it, teach me database management systems. You do not know where it will going to start and where it is going to finish. There's no ending or starting. It will randomly select the topics, stochastically, probability-wise, and start teaching you. Number three, it creates no learning records. It does not know to which point you have learned. It knows on the session, but if you open a next session, it will not know. And there is no method of teaching. There is no pedagogy. So therefore, in order to teach anything or build anything, now I've added another word. In order to teach anything or learn from it or build from it, you need a system of record. And this book and the MCP server we are providing you, this, which Junaid will teach you how to install right now, is a system of record, is a agent factory system of record. It is a content system of record. Humans are reading it here, and the MCP through the MCP server in Cloud Code. Junaid, could you help everyone to install a system of record on their Cloud Code?
Yeah, sure, sir.
I'm going to stop sharing.
All right, guys. Just now we have been introduced to Agent Factory content system of record. And this content system of record is the way or the pathway to serve this authoritative system of record to all AI agents. And right now we are going to set it up with Claude.ai. So first thing, you have to open Agent Factory. You can click on Start Reading. And here within the ecosystem, you can look at the second option, that is System of Record. You have to get to this URL, and it will also be shared in all the groups if you are watching the recording. Now, if you scroll down, at the bottom, you will get instructions to connect the system of record with Claude.ai. So here, when you get on the instructions, we have to just follow them step by step. But before we do that, let's me quickly unlink the things that I have set up right now.
Junaid, can we do it with a free account?
Yes. Now the good thing is that when we are using Claude.ai, you don't need a paid account or a paid membership to use System of Record. You can use it with any free account right now. So I'm just removing the old connection and we can review everything like it will be when you are connecting yourself for the first time. All right, perfect. So back to our system of record page, we are on the instructions and we are following these guidelines. So the first thing, we have to set up a connector in Claude.ai. And this connector or connector native apps is the thing that is making it possible for Claude or any other in fact AI agent to connect with our system of record. Now what it is, the concepts behind it, we will look at it later in our later sessions. So as we have clicked on this link, we are back on Claude.ai, and here we have got a dialog with different options. But don't have to even type anything here. Just coming back, now you have to click on every field, it will automatically get copied and just paste it in Claude.ai dialog. The first thing here is name. So you have to just click on name, it automatically got copied. Come back to Claude.ai and paste it in the name field. The second thing is URL. Like, where is the system of record? How can Claude.ai or any other harness reach it? So you have to click on the MCP server URL, click anywhere, it will get copied and head back to Claude.ai. And we have pasted it here in the second option, that was the URL. Now, in your case, you may see it like this. We have filled up the two fields and then there is an option for advanced settings. Just click on this advanced settings and there are two more options here. The first one, auth client ID, optional. The second one, secret, optional. Head back to the page. And here on the fourth instruction, we are getting a value here. And just notice this thing. We have to copy it and you have to add it on auth client ID. So we have copied the field here, heading back to Claude.ai. Just add it here and leave everything like this. There is nothing to add in the secret. We have got the name, we have got the URL, and we have got Zia tutorial here. After adding these three things, you can just click on add. And here you can see that right now the connector has been added in Claude.ai. The first thing is completed. Now Claude.ai knows about this connector, but it cannot use it yet. So you have to first authorize and connect your Panaversity or Agent Factory account with Claude.ai so Claude can get access to this connector. Now to do that, just click on the connect button and Claude will redirect or send you back to Panaversity auth platform. Here, if you were logged out, just log into your account. After logging in, you have to just click on this green button, authorize. Once we are authorized, we are back to Claude.ai. And now we can see our MCP or content system of record is now connected with Claude.ai. And now Claude.ai has access to our system of record, can answer anything from it, or in fact can help us build on top of it. One more thing, just for convenience, here you can see Claude have got access to three new tools. And on the right side, there is a button needs approval. What this represents is whenever Claude.ai will decide to connect with system of record, it will ask for your permission. You can keep it like this, or what I prefer is to change the permissions to always allow. Because when the agent is running, I just want it to run autonomously, do all the tasks, and get back the results. So it's up to you. I would suggest to just click on the permissions and here always allow. Now, after this, you can just get back to your chat. You can use it like you are using daily. Or just for today, let's ask a particular concept. So we can just ask it, use agent factory, system of record, and share or explain its ecosystem. And let's enter. Now, based on this query, it's up to the Claude to answer from its own memory or use any MCP or use Claude.ai connector to answer it back using the system of record, and let's see what Claude will do. So here we can see Claude is using our connector. It is using our content system of record. Now it is going through the book, the authoritative sources there. It is looking at the lessons, like what the lessons are teaching, what it is all about. And after all this reasoning, all this research, the connection to Agent Factory system of record, it will be sharing or giving us the final answer. And here we are. It have pulled the system of record. It has looked at different pages like ecosystem overview, ecosystem system of record that we were using here. And we are getting the answer grounded in our textbook rather than some general information from Claude.ai, LLM memory or internet. So this is how you all can connect system of record and start using it from today. Just get the feel of it. Yes, sir.
Therefore, the point is, my friends, we are building for you so that you can become a forward deployed engineer and take all these tools. We are just getting started, and we are going to work with us, and we are going to build the knowledge base, the vertical system of record, which we have not explained yet. We have only explained the agent factory system of record. And you are going to either work on a job or as a freelancer or start your own startup, depending on your motivation and rest of the things. This is our first class. You have learned that you can read the book in two ways. Number one, by going to, of course, by login and read the book as a human does. Or as Junaid has taught you, connect it. Use the connector, book connector, which is a system of record connector, MCP server, and use it as on Claude.ai website and their agent and ask questions from it, and it will teach you. Right now, we have not taught you Zia Tutor AI and how to install that. In the next class, the first thing we will do is, you can also learn from it, Zia Tutor AI. Junaid, can you show them?
Yep. So the third tab is the tutorial.
Yes, beta 1 is also available. Yeah, Junaid, sorry, please continue.
Please continue.
So what I'm saying is, we are going to next class, we are going to start with this, but you can also learn on your own. All the documentation is there. Only one thing to remember, Claude.ai right now only provides you to connect to one connector, free, in the free account. If you have a paid account, you can do unlimited connectors. But in the unpaid account, which is free accounts, if you install Agent Factory system of record, so therefore you have to remove your other, for example, you have also installed Zia Tutor AI, so you can only use one. But if you have a paid account, you can use as many as possible. The whole idea is that together we are going to compete with Anthropic, we are going to compete with OpenAI, we are going to compete with Microsoft, we are going to compete with Infosys, we are going to compete with Tata Consulting. We are thousands and thousands of students and teachers. So therefore, we are going to give a hell of a fight. And with God's help, lead the world in AI. Now let's have some questions before we finish this class.
Sure. Everyone, please raise
Please,
your hand.
the language of the class is English. So you are requested to ask the questions in English.
All right. Everyone who have questions, you can raise your hand and we'll start the queue. Mubashir, please unmute.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी
Yes, my friend.
yes my question is exactly what Sir Zia has taught if we how do we compete the big giants of Anthropic and Infosys, and they have the branding as well, they have the investments and huge like these things? How could we like for the FDE role? If they gonna come in the market and they have huge investments and like these things, so how would we compete with that? That's my question.
If I understand, Junaid, if I understand the question correctly, he is saying, how are we going to compete with Infosys? Bottom line. Is he
Yes,
right?
sir.
Am I right?
Yes, sir. Same question.
Yes, my friend. Throughout history, few determined people have always defeated huge masses. Larger armies have always, not always, but some of the time, if they are motivated enough. Anthropic, right now, for example, has less than 1,000 or 2,000, I don't remember it right now. Anthropic has 2,000 employees. It has destroyed the valuation of all, valuation is much more than all the Indian companies, IT companies combined. The work they did for the last 30 years have come to a naught. Of course, it has not come to a naught. It will be helpful. But point is, it is a question of determination and a question of innovation and hard work. Junaid, how much hours are you putting in?
On average, it's 16 hours per day if I spread it over the week. But it can like go over
Any
the
vacation?
No, sir.
7 days a week?
Yes.
1 year?
Sir, it varies between 10 to 14 hours.
Exactly. And I'm also putting in not so much as them because I get tired and then I go to sleep. But these are young people. I'm a little old, but I'm still putting in 12 hours a day. So you are requested, if you want to survive in this new world, to work extremely hard. Next, please.
Komal, unmute. After Komal, it's Mohammed.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
Sir, I have two questions. My first question is that on the Agent Factory book, if I complete all the courses, so I become a forward deployed engineer. Is that right?
Hopefully.
Yeah. And my second question is, what is the specific one step that I can take after completing the courses to make money?
There are two ways to do it. There's the easy way and the hard way. Easy way is always less money, and the hard way is always more money. Easy way is just use our tools and Cloud Code and what other tools we'll teach you. The hard way is this will make you money, but it will not make you a millionaire. The hard way is that choose a vertical, which we are going to discuss later in later classes. And we are also going to teach you, for example, choose a vertical like sales, choose a vertical like accounting, choose a vertical like accounting, choose a vertical like supply chain, maybe quality, and so on. Or you can even go deeper than that. You can choose a vertical like pharmaceuticals. You can choose a vertical like restaurants, and build a startup on top of that. Use our tools as well as we are going to provide you open source tools, so that if something happens to us, you are still working hard and making money. So this is the two way, the easy way. The best way is first start with the easy way and then move to the hard way.
Okay, sir, I've read that you mentioned with the name services ladder, but I still don't understand how do you get the first customer? Like,
This is my dear friend. This is the first class. We are in the first 90 minutes of the class.
thank you very much, sir.
Slowly and gradually, it is documented, and we are going to cover it and even teach you step by step.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next one is Tariq. Please unmute yourself. Tariq, you have to mute again. You got unmute again, please.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, my friend.
Okay. So far it's a very beneficial class and is a quite futuristic concept for FDE. So I have three questions. First questions, the way the technology is changing every day so rapidly, how confident we are it's not going to change in the near future
There's no
for
guarantee for that.
FDE?
There's no guarantee for that.
Okay.
But I feel happy when there is change.
So then we have to learn new
You
concepts.
you might answer, are you crazy? Because
Yeah.
why do I feel happy? I know, okay, our team and me are not going to be left behind. Other people might get tired, but always think we are the best in the world. We are the most hardworking. We are the most dedicated. Nobody can beat us. If you have this confidence, so every time something changes, you feel happy because other people will be left behind and you will be still running fast with God's help.
Yeah. But the way AI is going, it looks like it will never end learning.
Thing is, you have
There
to
is
understand
always
what
learning.
the people we are competing, they are also humans. They are not superhumans.
Yeah.
If you think you are a mediocre, you should get out of this race. IT is you should get out of the job market, to be honest. If you do not have this belief that you are the best of the best, it's not just IT or AI. You will be out of banking, you will be out of and accounting, you will be out of medicine. The industry will kick you out if you're not the best and the most hardworking. AI has that effect. It is not for mediocres.
Okay. Thank you. So my
Yes.
second question is, do we only need this book
Right,
to become an FDE, or is there any other?
right now, if I had access to some book which was available, Junaid, is there any other book available right now?
Well, there are a lot of books, but they're covering like too narrow, too shallow concepts. Like Tariq, you mentioned that things are changing continuously. So, is there any evolving book that is addressing the complete picture or the complete dynamic? The answer, as of my knowledge, I have not seen yet any other book like this one. That's why we have to author the book and then transition it into the ecosystem. If there was one, we would have just used it.
Okay,
The best thing
thank
is
you.
you
Then, sir,
take the URL and ask Claude Code and ChatGPT because our judgment might be biased. We are humans after all. So therefore, everybody likes their own thing. So therefore,
Okay,
ask ChatGPT and Claude Code, is there any such book available? When I asked,
I will.
it replied that there is none, but it might have changed in the last few days. Next,
All right.
please.
Next one, Wasim. And everyone, let's try to keep our questions to one so everyone can get the chance. Wasim, please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, am I audible? Yes, sir. Sir, my question is that as Sir Junaid has mentioned that the forward deployed engineer roles are remote and on-site as well. So my question is that why would any company prefer the remote FDE rather than the on-site?
I did not understand the question, Junaid. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, so their question is, why would a company prefer a remote FD over someone who can get on site?
It's a question of money, my friend. The on location, if you want to right now hire a FD in America, USA, $600,000, $700,000 a year minimum. And I and you are willing to work for 100,000. So there's a 7 times difference. But you have to be as good as the American counterpart. It's all a question of pricing. Of course, and quality.
Salman.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, I have a question regarding this FDE, kind of scope in terms of the coverage. So my understanding is that the technical skills are very important, the deployment. So the development skill is very important. The deployment skill is also very important. And there are few more elements that I couldn't, kind of uh, get the chance to listen over here, which is the domain knowledge of that particular industry or sector in which the engineer is going to be deployed. And the second element is the governance aspect of it to ensure uh, smooth, kind of navigation across the organization. And the third element is related to the user aspect of it. So in the end, no matter how well you deploy the solution uh, for the client, in the end, the client needs to run that car, right? So it's
Yes.
very important to establish a culture within the organization in conjunction with the governance in order to infuse this new emerging technologies and make it part of the culture of that organization. How would this course really help us with these aspects?
Salman, you are asking very good questions. Can you give us a little brief intro to yourself? What's your background?
Yeah, so basically, I've got like 19 plus years of experience within IT and focusing more towards IT governance, risk management, and control. In addition to that, I've also been into application development lifecycle from the very beginning. But yeah, lately my focus is towards IT GRC and digital GRC, along with artificial intelligence related, SDLC aspects.
You are an honor to your family and to your companies which you have worked for and the teachers which have taught you. Now, the point is, let's start with the vertical. We have not discussed, because if we are start discussing this in the first 90 minutes, people like you will be very happy, but 95% of the students will be left behind. So we are going to slowly introduce it, but first introduce the horizontal things. There will be a lot of students who will not even installed a connector before. So we are moving slowly, but it is going to be very important. Either you are, as I told the other student, that either you are going to, if you are going to make really good money, either you have to be a vertical expert yourself, which will build the system of record for that vertical, or maybe collaborate with some expert in that particular field, which are difficult to find, but it's not impossible to find. To create a startup or use other people verticals. That was the one question. For example, if you know you can't do it, or just use the horizontal side of it, what we are teaching and what our system of record is telling. The second was, Junaid, what was the second? There's too many of it. There were three. What was the second? Governance.
Yes,
Salman,
governance and culture of that
uh,
organization so that the user is able to drive the
Salman,
car.
my dear brothers, I have always been weak on governance because I'm a developer and could you, for our sake of our students, this is the last question we are taking. For the sake of students, could you explain, because I understand it a little bit, but most of our other students will not. When you say governance, what do you mean by it?
Right. So one of the most important things would be to look at things from a user's perspective rather than a software developer perspective. And when you look at that, so the entire organization has a number of users and employees, and the ultimate goal would be that the forward deployed engineer should, in the end, uh, do a proper handoff towards those users in order for them to really use those systems effectively. So in order to do that, there has to be certain policy, SOPs, frameworks within that organization that helps the organization transition from a typical conventional IT towards a digital IT, जो कि आजकल हो रहा है, which is happening these days, and then from a digital towards an AI based culture within the organization. So when we talk about governance, we are saying that, okay, in the steering committee, in the top management or leadership committees, AI should solutions and business problems, those can be addressed by the use of AI, should be clearly discussed and decisioned upon in these forums. So from there, from top to bottom, there has to be a cultural change and shift across the organization. Forward deployed engineer might be coordinating more with the business analyst kind of people or the domain side people, as well as the development people, in order to kind of transfer knowledge also for future. But obviously, forward deployed engineer will fall short in case he is very technical and doesn't have very good kind of governance knowledge or business acumen. So that is what I'm trying to say, is that AI is all about horizontally taking the initiatives towards each and every department of the organization, rather than isolating it towards the software development function. So yeah, so that's something that we look into. Then there would be one aspect of risk management in it, and there would be another aspect of regulatory compliance against different regulators that are applicable to those industry. So in that case, the FDE should have each and every insight on the key risks around IT AI, and he should also be having a very good understanding and knowledge of the regulatory requirements applicable to that particular sector within that country.
I was about to say that, for example, you in banking, you have to understand in America what is the state bank, their state bank doing. In our case, what is our state bank doing? What are the requirements? What are the regulations? And so on. And you had a third question?
Yeah, and then the last question would be regarding one thing I need to understand when we say that we will have a neutral, vendor neutral, which is anti-vendor vendor lock-in ecosystem or platform. In that case, I believe it would be only possible when you have a platform. For example, if Panaversity offers a platform whereby when I go as a FDE to an organization, I should be able to use multiple open source, free of cost versions of large language models or agentic models, right? So for instance, I would be having command code as part of my platform. I would be having open code as part of my platform, or I could be having DeepSeek as one of the options. So once I would be having these kind of models within my kind of platform portfolio, only then I would be able to say that, okay, now I'm vendor neutral. And according to the situation, I use my models, from the portfolio. Is that where we are heading, or is it something different from that? What I'm trying to understand.
Exactly. Mashallah, you presented it very well. One of the other questions was, somebody wrote it, how do I choose my vertical? So we have in the ecosystem, we have a page for you, choose your vertical, and it has the details. But it's a tough thing to select a vertical, which does not waste your years of time. Let's first become experts in agentic AI, and then we'll start focusing on, but the material is there. You can start thinking about it.
Right, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Miss Vania, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Could you finish the class? And you are a very good motivator. With your own example in life and everything, motivate them so they start studying. Otherwise, it is going to be very difficult to survive in this AI era.
Of course. As soon as I started my journey, I was very, thinking about how I can choose my direction. So, in your case, there is a plus point that you already have an agent factory book. It is a research work of 2 to 3 years, and we developing, even right now, we are developing it, we are changing it as the industry change, we change it as well. So you have a book in your hands, and you can read it step by step. You can learn it, and you even have now a Zia Tutor AI, which we will discuss in the upcoming class. You can, with the help of that, you can learn each and everything by by at your level of understanding. It will teach you, it will know your portfolio, your settings, and teach you according to your level, even if you are beginner level, intermediate, or advanced. So right now there is no option or not any excuses for you left to not studying.
Thank you so much. See you guys on next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Thank you.